Hello, I'd like to welcome back to Dark Souls, where today, Quelaag with a faith build. Can we put our power within us? And, I'm certain there's a Bukkake joke somewhere in there. Especially with the naked top lady. She's not really naked, she's wearing one of those flesh-colored shirts. And she's just really good at pretending. On top of that, she probably glued her hair down. That's a really nice spider animatronic abdomen you have. Or animatronic spider abdomen. Sorry, lady, I sometimes get confused about the order of things. An abdomen spider animatronic abdomen. Gorgeous view! I never knew she had that. I never knew she had a fucking charge move like that! I'm not kidding, I didn't know she had a charge move like that. Mostly because I always stuck my face up her dick. Wow, that stuff has range. But you know what also has range? I do. Not even 10. You're weaker than the fuck. Well, she would be. She's not a dragon. She's got all the floaty curly hairs, though. But there you go. For all intents and purposes, that was a pretty clean run. It wasn't as good as the Gaping Dragon, but she did have range attacks. Which just showed how the ability to hit stuff that isn't right next to you is pretty dang important. I did it. I did it. I did it. Yeah. Yes, we did it. I did it. I should go after Dusk, truth be told. You know, fuck Dusk up. Because the one thing that I just thought about, and it's quite interesting, is that I think that crown of hers actually buffs my own ability to shoot things. So killing the Hydra wouldn't be a horrible idea. In fact, I think both builds would greatly benefit from my magic bonus. You all know how that goes. There's a big guy and he's like, hey, look at this big old lever, I'm gonna pull it. And then he pulls it. And the game's like, yay, he pulled it! Everybody happy. I completely forgot this is what the wall looks like because I'm so used to it being gone.
Oh, no matter. Go along and I pray.
So, yeah. Although, if I have to be honest, my mage is not doing so hot. My mage is kind of sucking the dick. Was it gonna level up my... No, I think I have enough slots as things stand. I only have like 2 of them. Oh man, look at that strength. Look at that damage. The damage just, it never stops. Club, best weapon 2012, everyone. It's incredibly good in Dark Souls 2, also. Like, the club is a kick-ass weapon, and I don't think it ever stops. One thing that bothers me about Dark Souls 2, by the way, is that two-handing a weapon isn't as effective as it used to be. In fact, it doesn't seem to be effective at all. I do more weapon with my one-handed strong attack than my two-handed strong attack does. Which is fucking bullshit. I think that the strength scaling is either broken or that it works differently, like they stopped it. Because then what's the purpose of two-handing a weapon if I don't get any fucking bonus damage? Did I attack slightly faster? Because that speed's ineligible. Like, there's a lot of non-negligible speed factors in Dark Souls 2, but that's one of them. On the plus side, I'm using a spear, and holy fucking shit, not having to stand really close to your enemies just makes it so much easier. Because a lot of the enemies are about having the range and capacity to fuck you up without standing close enough that you can hit them. Which is just cheating. I'm talking claymores, broadswords, guys with crossbows standing in the background. It's fucking bullshit. The entire game is about difficulty, and it never was. The Soul series has always been about adventure. Going places, meeting people, talking to them, learning about the world around you. The only difficulty came from the control scheme being slightly different, and enemies requiring some degree of knowledge as to how they function. If you're careful enough, you can one-shot every boss on your first playthrough. As long as you know the controls well enough, and some of the basic, like, shields are good stuff. Once you know that, I think that you could do every boss with zero issue. Man, that blight puss sure took a shit on her. I'm not kidding. I still can't... I don't know what it is with me and the pursuer. The pursuer is just the exact opposite of how I fight bosses, I guess. Is that he has these weird attacks, and I guess it's also that I'm so afraid of chip damage and I have an unstable shield. By the way, his shield stability is much lower in Dark Souls 2. It's fucking bullshit. I just don't know. There's just something about Dark Souls 2 that constantly rubs me the wrong way. Like, I'm just constantly like, I need better stuff, I need better levels, and leveling up, I often am like, oh, wow. The biggest thing that bothers me, though, is just the pursuer. Like, I just don't feel like he's fair at all. Like, I can parry his charge, and I tried using the ballista, and that really makes it different. But I just beated him by cheating, because I'm like, fuck that guy. I tried him more times than I have fought every boss in Dark Souls 1. I've tried him more times than I have fought the Asylum Demon, and that includes all those many little dinky builds that I never got anything done with. And don't forget, the Pursuer technically is the second boss in the game, and he does come back for a rematch or two later on. So that just points out how the developers just don't give a shit about it being a fun adventure game, and wanted it to be a difficult game for marketing purposes. Also, I like how the circle this kind of reminds me of Majula, which also has a little circle thing. Don't you agree, Mr. NG? Mr. NG Bengineer? I'm sure he does.